and welcome to my channel. Hey, this is Juanita. Today I'm going to be working in this area right here. From the butterfly shrub here all the way to this pot here. Everything behind me, I'm going to be making it look better. At one time I used to have an euphorbia right here, and I don't know what happened to it. It's not there anymore, but it left this big crater in here. So I'm going to be filling this area up with dirt. I will be actually removing this euphorbia. I trimmed it back a little earlier this season. I put a video out on that, so go catch that video. But I am going to remove it because I'm going to be putting a lattice right here, and then I'm going to be putting a climbing clematis in front of it. So it's going to just look so much prettier and brighter. I'm going to be removing this pots here. I'm going to finally give my lavender plant a much nicer place to live in, and just clean up and do some new planting. I will explain those at the end, and then taking that awful chair that's broken out of here. But anyway, with that being said, I also want to mention that I live really close to both FedEx Airport and Portland Airport, so I'm going to be probably getting some air traffic. I get self-absorbed with what I'm doing that I forget that it's really loud. So hopefully by putting music, it'll help soften that blow. I also live in an area that's really busy with whether it's the neighborhood coming and going or foot traffic, because I do live next to a bike lane and just an area that people love going around in. So with that said, I'm going to step aside so that you can see what's in here. And then I'm going to remove this, and that way you can see what it looks like after this is gone, because this is going to be in the way anyway. I'm completely done. It looks wonderful. I'm so happy with the end results. I think you'll agree. This area right here will be done in another time, so don't pay no mind to this area. The focus is mainly back here. It looks so much better than it did before, and I'm so happy with the end results. It came out better than I had actually originally imagined. And as always, I never really have a set plan with something. When I start working in the ground, for some reason things just manifest in the way that they're meant to be. So my original plans don't always work out. They work out better somehow. So anyway, I'm going to go over the plants that I put in here. I added a red hot poker over on this side because this little area here gets sufficient sunlight for these right here. A Sky Scraper Salvia over here. And I'm going to butcher the name over here, but I believe it's called a Boulevard Yuan Clematis. And I've got a plain overhead, so I'm going to keep going. And it grows about 10 feet wide, 5 feet tall, so it's going to make a really nice screening for this cyclone fence. It's going to be beautiful flowers. Granted, they're probably going to die down in the winter, but that's okay. During the summer, it's going to be beautiful. Then I, of course, put back my lavender plant here. It looks so much better and so much happier over here, and it's going to do well. I added some Lamium right over there and right over here. I love the foliage. It's non-invasive ground cover, and it's got these beautiful pink flowers. The root system on them are very shallow, so it's easy to pull out if you don't want it there. And it's a slow grower in shade, so and even in the sun, it might mount up, but it won't spread out a tremendous amount. So this is going to be beautiful as a filler over here. I moved over my Jack Frost over here, gave it some elbow room. This rhododendron here is an Aztec Western rhododendron. It blooms kind of like a peachy to pink flower in the springtime. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful plant. This is a rose bush that's been here for probably over 16 years prior to us ever living in this house. I tried to research the flower, the rose bush, because it is a climbing rose bush, but I can't locate it. But it is a magic blanket because it's got the tag on it, and it's called a Tiango, and I think it's German. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful, fragrant. I cut it back several times a year, but it blooms pretty much all summer. Then I added a Mammoth blue hosta here. This will get fairly large over time, but for now it's going to be beautiful right there. And then of course I added my rocks because my rocks are just a part of my life. They're rocks that I have collected through travel or hiking, and I just love rocks. I really do, and I love mounting them up. It's just a very spiritual way of expressing my garden. So I added the rocks back into my garden. Added this pot back here because it has my heads that her head broke off of a statue somewhere through in some yard, and somebody tossed it, and I saw it while I was hiking, so I picked her up and I named her Elizabeth. So there she's been, and that's where she'll stay. Then I added another mount of rocks over here, my green tier, of course, and then I brought back my Ornamental Oregano Hop-like plant. It is a gorgeous, beautiful flower, and it's going to do much better here than it did on my steps over there. So I brought her back. So anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification button, so you catch me on all my videos. But more importantly, get out, get active, and at least complete one project in your home, inside or out. Go for a walk, smell the roses, and thank you so much for joining me. Love you, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.